Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This is our second card using the classic wedding bundle. And I have used the Celebration DSP, the Bloom Impressions, and I have used Memento ink to stamp the car onto the designer series paper, and then just used solid cardstock to embellish. So why don't we go ahead and get started on this. I've already die cut out the pieces that we need. And this die, what we're going to do is I cut once with the Blackberry Bliss and then again with the Fresh Freesia, so that I've got the window, like the glass for the windows kind of thing. And I did the bumper in the Blackberry Bliss as well. So let's get started with how this is all going to go together. This piece is 4 by 3.5. And I'm sorry, I don't have a piece of paper that says 4 by 3.5, but anyway, 4 by 3.5 for the basic white. It's going to go on the front. We've got the Bloom Impressions paper. It's actually the back side of this one, so I need 2 pieces of this. This is 5 1/4 by 4. I've got a Blackberry Bliss card base. And then this is a 5 by 3 3/4 piece of basic white that's going to go on the inside, and I've just stamped some little hearts on it. So we can actually go right ahead and adhere this piece now. I'm just going to move everything up a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and we'll build the car. So first thing we need to do with the car is stamp it with the Memento ink. And then we can, I did everything while it was still one large piece. And then I die cut it out. And I did that because running it through the die, running it through the cut and emboss machine actually helped to stabilize everything, made it all look more integral. So I'm going to take my Memento ink and my car outline, and I'm going to ink this up, making sure I've got really good coverage all around, and I do. So let's just put the lid back on that. And then I'm just stamping this down right onto the paper. Just like that, giving it a good press, making sure I've got really good coverage. And then it's going to come off. Now, you can't see a lot of the car because of the detail, but when you cut this out, it becomes much, much easier to see. I'm going to take my dark smoky slate and I'm going to color in the wheels, or the tires, sorry. So I'm just going to color in the tires, and I'm doing this before I put the bumper on, just in case I go up into the bumper at all. And you can actually still see some of the designer series paper through the ink, but you can also see the tread on the tires. So there we go. So that's done. And now I need to put my pieces on. So I left the cheers off. I put that on afterwards. So I'm just going to peel the backing off of the bumper. And then I'm going to just pop the bumper on, lining it up. There we go. So that's on. Now I'm going to do the window detail in the back. And sorry, I didn't mention, I used adhesive strips, adhesive backing, and made these into stickers. So they're way easier to position. You can use your glue, you can use whatever format you think is best for you. And so I'm just going to peel these off. And sometimes if you need a little bit of help positioning these, just stick it on a pointer tool or on a pair of tweezers, and you can just place it right in where it needs to go. Just like that. And then you give it a press. So it just kind of helps define that window just a little bit. And I love the color combination of the Blackberry Bliss and the Fresh Freesia. And that color combination was inspired from the paper. On the sample card, I used Melon, Mambo, and Bubble Bath were my colors on the sample, but I thought I'd do this one in just a different color, and you can let me know which one you prefer. So I love stamping on designer series paper and using it as the main, kind of the center of attention of the card. I don't find a lot of opportunities to do this, so I'm really glad for this one. Now this is the trunk latch release, whatever, that goes on the back. So again, I'm just popping that onto the pokey tool so that I can place it down and line it up. There we go. And these are the tail lights. And on this one, I did them in Bubble Bath, and they really didn't show up that well. So I'm doing them in the Rich Razzleberry for this one. And I just want to make sure they kind of angle in with the back of the card. Okay. And sorry, I realize I'm out of frame. I moved my phone again from where I'm doing the pictures, and I have to remember where my frame is. I'm gonna have to put a piece of paper down on the table so I know when I'm in frame and out of frame. Just gonna pop that down like that. So that's our car built. So now we need to die cut it out. And again, I used this die. I cut it twice, once in the Rich Razzleberry and once in the Fresh Freesia, so I could get the inside and the outside of the windows. Okay, so we're just gonna pop this through, making sure I'm still lined up. I actually moved off a little bit. Okay, so that looks good, and that looks good now. Okay, so we're just gonna run this through, and then we can start building our card. So, okay, there we go. There are so many new products, whether they're in the new mini catalog, whether they're Celebration, or whether they're the new online exclusives that just got released. There is so much new inspiration out there at the moment. I'm having a hard time choosing which set I'm going to do because I've got lots of new sets. Okay, so what I did with the car is I just trimmed kind of around the bumper and around the tires. Just used my scissors and just trimmed around, just because I just wanted the tires to look like they were actually touching the card. And then I just used my light smoky slate to create some kind of shadows under the car. So I'm just trimming this, basically just the bottom of the car, right around the tires and the bumper, just so the rubber looks like it's hitting the road. There we go. We're just going to keep trimming this and then just come around like that. There we go. So I'm going to do that last. This piece goes inside the card, and this is my card front. This is the piece that's going on the front of the card. So it's going to sit like that. So see what I mean? Now, before, the car was kind of lost in the designer series paper, and now it's not. But I need to take my light, and I'm just going to do just a little skiff there and a little skiff there so that I know where to do my, and I'm just doing shadows. And you can do them however you like. I'm just going to do them like that. And then we're going to flat mount this onto the card. So we're just going to pop this on like this, making sure that the car actually goes down over. So it's not sitting like this, it's actually going down over. And then it looks more like proper shadows or tire tracks. So there we go. Now I'm going to just flat mount this. You can dimensionalize it if you want, and I'm just going to flat mount this onto the card. So I'm just going to place this in the middle like that. There we go. Okay, and while I'm here, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to pop this on the inside. we need a piece of basic white to write on the inside because this is a dark card base. So we're just going to pop that down like that. And we can put our cheers on and then use our some of our bling. So this is just going to go, it's stamped, the banner itself is stamped in the memento, and then the cheers is stamped in the rich razzleberry. And I'm not quite centered, so I'm just going to peel that off. Pop it back down again. That's better. Okay. This one, I used the little hearts from the set. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with this one to kind of bling up the cheers. I haven't decided, but we are going to just pop. These are the adhesive backed transparent gems, and we're just going to pop 3 of them just kind of on the card, just to bring that attention round. Maybe I'm having a look at my bling here, and maybe I'll pull out a couple of the shimmer gems. These are the in color shimmer gems. So what if I put one here like this, and then one here like this? Okay, I think that actually finishes that banner off just a little bit better. So these are our 2 cards today. We've got it in the Bubble Bath and the Melon Mambo, and we've got it in Fresh Freesia and Rich Razzleberry. So let me know in the comments which one you prefer, and let's create together again soon.